What's happening, everybody? Todd from Juno Beach coming at you with today's Catch365 segment. All right, I think it's, yep, May 1st, Wednesday. And weekly fishing report tomorrow, and somehow it just happened again this month, but as we've followed for the Catch365 segment, May fishing outlook, first day of the month here, and I may have said this for April, I don't know, but May, my absolute favorite month for fishing, South Florida, Juno Beach, Jupiter. You've got a little bit of everything going on. Hold on, face itch. Oh, sorry. Check to make sure there's no customers coming in. Filming, middle of the day. So, here we go. Offshore. A little bit of everything going on right now. May can be a terrific month for dolphin fishing. The problem with the dolphin fishing is it could be in 150 feet one day and 1,500 feet of water the next day. No real rhyme or reason, but you typically have very good dolphin fishing in May when you find them. Don't normally have real big schools of fish yet. You're gonna find smaller packs of fish. The quality of the fish tends to be a little bit better. In closer and a more consistent pattern, May, everything is going to be in 100 to 200 feet of water. I say everything, but you will have very good king fishing in May. The black fin tuna are around, same depth, 100 to 300-ish feet of water for them. Still have some cobia around. Snapper fishing tends to be very good. May is one of the best months around for catching big muttons. This is the time of year to get your chance at, getting a real big mutton off of Juno Beach, Jupiter area. Sardines are the bait of choice. Sardines really for all that stuff. Thrown in, May is when the live bait starts to come back a little more consistently, so you can start to sabiki up the live bait, get it on a more consistent basis. Just a real good month to be offshore. Now the problem with May is it'll still blow. It's May 1st today, it's blowing outside. Coming out of the east, it's rough. Wouldn't be nice to be out there, but you get a lot of good days in May where it is very fishable. The weekend coming up looks like it should be pretty good, so we'll see what happens. On the inshore side of thing, snook fishing in May is, again, one of my favorite months. You've got fish that are still farther back in the river in the intercoastal. You've got fish that are moving up towards the inlet, and you've got fish that are in the inlet. Real good fishing at night around the bridges, throwing flare hawks, throwing big swim baits like a spool tech. May's nice because the bigger snook are moving towards the inlet a lot of times, and they're getting ready for the spawn, so they are eating. They're hungry and they're willing to eat the big baits. It's a great time of year to catch slot-sized fish. East Coast season's still open, or it's also a real good time to get a chance at getting a big one as well. There'll be some jacks around inshore. As the weather starts to warm up, the mangrove snapper are gonna start to fill in inshore. They'll take the place of the sheep's head and the black drum and stuff like that. So just real good fishing inshore as well, especially on the snook side of things. And then along the beach, you still have Pompano around. They'll start to thin out, especially as you move later into May. But the early part of May, Pompano are still around. Normal bait choices for them, sand fleas, clams, fish bites. Great choice. The nice thing about Pompano fishing in May is the spinner sharks and the black tip sharks have largely thinned out. There'll be some around, don't get me wrong, but you actually have a much better chance of getting more of those Pompano to the beach when you do find them. Won't be super consistent on the Pompano. You're not going to find them every day, but normally when you do, they're schooled up pretty good and you can usually bang out a handful of them. Still Spanish mackerel scattered around. The Juno Beach Pier's got some Spanish mackerel and a few kingfish. They're doing some work on the T of the Juno Beach Pier, so that's going to kind of mess with things for a month or two. We don't know exactly how long they'll be working on that. And then also in May, the snook are starting to show up on the beach and around the pier as the weather warms. As we get closer to that summertime pattern, they'll start to feed more as well. But May can be a real good month for them on the beach as well. In and around the inlets, they'll start to get there, and like I said, typically they're eating. They're not in the full spawn pattern yet, and they're active, you can get a good chance at them. Some tarpon cruising along the beach. It's a little early for the big push of them, but you are seeing some tarpon along the beach. There's some schools of big jacks, and as I mentioned earlier when I was talking about pompano, the black tip and the spinner sharks are largely gone. You might have a few around, but this is also when you'll see some of the bigger sharks in along the beach. If that's your thing, May is a good month for that. So just recap, a little bit of everything going on in May. Great fishing month. Up and down a little bit with the weather. Bait's coming back. All kinds of good stuff. So we'll hit you up with the weekly fishing report tomorrow. It's probably not going to be quite as optimistic as this one was because just a little off this week. But we'll hit you up with what's been going on there. The regular report will be up at junobait.com. We had a little spot there where we're out of some of the Catch365 videos just because we've been so busy in the shop, but we're trying to get back on track here. Got some more stuff coming down the line. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Shoot us a comment if there's anything you'd like to see change, any of that stuff. We try and read all that. That's all I got for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.